Starting at high noon, 12 o'clock. Welcome to Worms and Warriors, and welcome back to Grand Tactician The Civil War. This is our Confederate campaign from 1862. The date is June the 5th, 1862, and we're going to crack straight on with this episode. If you missed the previous ones, then why not check out the playlist that I'll link in a pinned comment, and I'll pop it, and I'll also put it into the description of the video so you can get it that way. So I'm not going to waste too much time with an overview. We'll have a quick look at the front lines map. It's exactly where you would kind of think it is at this stage of the war. We fought a few big battles. We've won some, we've lost some. If you missed them, go and check them out. I'll just quickly touch on what we did in the last episode, where we've just fought a battle here near Fredericksburg, where we've sent the Union Army under Banks running back up across the Rappahannock, is it? I think that's the river. Anyway, they're fleeing back over that river, and they're heading back towards the north. We are advancing up the valley with Stonewall Jackson's force. If I can click on them, that would be helpful. Nope, it's not letting me. I'll find them on here. Army of the Valley District. It's really a core. It's going to be 12,600 men. I've just popped a new unit in here, a viewer requested unit. Let's find these guys. Not Wharton's Brigade. It's these guys, the King's Fodder, under Samuel Fulkerson. It's just a renamed unit. They're armed with Springfield muskets for now, but there they are in Jackson's force, and we are heading up the Shenandoah Valley, or do we say down? If they're going north, I think he's saying down. I'm not sure. But we're heading north, up the valley anyway, or down the valley. We're heading north in the valley to see what we can see up here. See if we can recapture Winchester with its important infrastructure here. We've got manufactories, the Harper's Ferry Armory, of course. And you know, if we can capture that, that's good. Out in the west, the Trans-Mississippi. I've been speaking to Dick White, and we had a little chat, and I think we agreed that we would combine the Army of Arkansas with the Lovell's Command, which I've done. Now, the troops from Lovell's Command are moving across here. So we've formed the Army of Arkansas into a larger force, which is 13,300 men. It's much more viable. We've given James Archer a division here. The New Orleans garrison will join them under Scott. Maybe I'll rename those guys. I'm not sure yet. Duncan's Brigade under Good Brian. I don't know why they're called Duncan's Brigade. And some 12-pounders under Lang. They're going to form that division. So a nice, powerful cavalry unit. The Texas Division here, and then Archer's Division. Not bad. And I've left Lovell behind to be a recruiting force, basically, and we're just getting some troops in there. Whiting's Division, and just putting some guys in here. These guys, I had moved them across, but then I cancelled that, but it's going to take me a day to get back there anyway. It doesn't matter. So these are kind of Lovell's Command. They're going to be the garrison for the eastern part of the Trans-Mississippi area. And that's about that. So let's just get started here. Let's press play and get started with this campaign instead of waffling on. Treaty of Saigon, okay, we're not bothered about that. So, we're struggling with supply. We are building a depot here, but it is a struggle to feed all our guys. I'm going to move some men across to see if we can't access the Huntsville depot over here. So, I'm going to move Van Dorn across. Maxie Gregg, I'm going to move across a little bit as well. I don't want to do too much because they've got a lot of troops up here. A lot of troops. So, 5,000 guys there. 33,000. That's the department head, so I'm not sure about that. And then the Army of the Gulf is up here as well with 4,900. Oh, nice! This is some excellent news, actually. So this is Fort Monroe, which we laid under siege with Magruder. I'm just going to pause things a moment, while we take stock of that, because that's an important development. So they've suffered 1,500 casualties, 22 killed, none captured. Well, I'm not sure how that's worked itself out, but we lost 526 men, but we did capture 1,200 rifles. So that's the third corps freed up, and Fort Monroe has been taken out, and that's awesome news. That's really, really good news. That frees up 10,500 men under Magruder, who can now move across here and help take part in any operations we have going on in Virginia. Also, what else we got? We've got Bragg's army down here. They're besieging New Bern. I don't know if this is going to be successful. We'll find out soon enough. But let's keep dispersing these guys. Let's move things across a little. While I have this on, let's have a quick look at the weapons. What do we get there? Anything decent? I mean, it doesn't look like it, to be honest. We only captured 1,200. Well, so we've got 2,000 Springfield rifles. That's good. We are besieged over here, which is a bit of a problem. So once these guys are in this Army of Arkansas, I will move them across. I don't think we've got... Nah, we haven't got enough to give out Springfield rifle muskets to those guys. But we might have for these boys. No, we must be just short. That's annoying. In the numbers, it counts the men fielded and your disabled troops as well. So you can't just hand them out anywhere. We can give them the Hardy's Corps, though. Let's give them the Pender's Brigade. Excellent. And that frees up some Springfield muskets, so we can improve one of these boys who are armed with mixed muskets to Springfield muskets, hopefully. No, we can't. I haven't got enough. Shit. That's annoying. So as ever, weapons and money is a problem for the Confederacy. I mean, you would expect it, of course. I did see Wood's brigade here. They were armed with mixed muskets, so we could give them Springfield muskets. I mean, it's not to say that Springfield muskets are a lot better than mixed muskets, but they are a little bit better. I know I've said it a few times. They are a little bit better. Right, time's moving on. We've also got the 1st Corps under D.H. Hill. Pull it back towards Lynchburg to hopefully get some more supply there, low on food and things like that. We've got quite a lot of troops to feed here. So let's put a nice chunk of Virginia under our direct control there. Culpeper Courthouse and the likes. Is this river here, is that the Rapidan? I can never remember. Does it tell you somewhere? It probably does, but I'm no doubt missing it. Not sure. So a couple of forts just outside of Washington there as well. We'll have to deal with those if we ever want to take Washington. D.H. Hill's pulled back a little. He's getting his supply up a little bit more. That's good. That's exactly what we want. Beauregard has reached the destination as well. Let's go over to Beauregard. Probably going to be a couple of days for those guys from Lovell to join him. Let's just check that. 3 more days. Yes, it's quite a little while, actually. I don't think this fort will hold. Fort Gibson. It's got 4 guns and 300 men inside. But, you know, what the heck are they going to do? Not that much. A lot of artillery here. A couple of brigades of infantry, but they look like they're broken, actually. So a couple of broken infantry brigades and then some artillery. Quite a lot of artillery. 4 batteries of artillery. Yes, Van Dorn moved back into supply. The Union has pulled up towards Nashville. I would love to take Nashville. I'm going to move up with Field's Cavalry Corps just to go and have a look, see if we can scout anything out. I'm going to put them on scouting orders, actually. Disaster at Fort Gibson. Yeah, we've lost Fort Gibson. I knew we would. They are low on supply here. Another day, and then we're going to move out there and we can see if we can take them on. Struggling to get ammunition to the front here. It's a bit of a problem. And I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble. I think once Maxie Gregg has resupplied his ammunition, I might push forward with him and Van Dorn. See if we can take Nashville. It's going to leave just the 2nd Corps here under Hardy guarding our, like the western part of Tennessee and Mississippi. And that's only 18,000 men. So if these guys come down, then we will be in trouble. Okay, so Beauregard's boys are here now. I want to go and take them down here. I want to fight in the west. See if we've got any cavalry weapons to give out Albert Pike. Merrill carbines. We've nearly got enough. But nearly is no good. Nearly is no good. Damn it, we've issued bonds again. We're down to BBB. That's no good. Okay, I'm going to take a gamble here. We're going to push up here. We're going to see if we can push on Nashville. It's a pretty aggressive move, but it's one that we need to do, I think. I'm going to keep field here for now. I don't want them engaging first and end up on the field with just our cavalry corps. That would be a bit of an issue. We are advancing on Manassas Junction as well. So we've got offensive moves on the go here everywhere. Disaster at Memphis Ferry. What's happened here? Whoop, well, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but as we engaged again with the fleet, it's gone pretty quick. We've got a nice little battle going on here, actually, in the Trans-Mississippi again. So we're going to see if we can push these guys away. Beauregard in action against David Hunter. Let's do this. Okay, here we are then, and it's a defensive position for us. I mean, I'm surprised. We're fighting the Battle of Arkansas River in the Indian Territory. I've never fought a battle in the Indian Territory. So that's pretty cool. We're fighting at a place called Bridge. Doesn't look like there's much of a bridge there, but maybe there is. Let's get on out of the HQ view. We've got a bit of a hill, which I would say is nice usually, but I mean, because there's trees on it, we won't be able to fire any artillery from it, which is ridiculous. Oh yes, there is a little bridge. That's pretty cool. So they've got a nice mountain they can set up on to bombard us from. I don't know if they will, but I mean, the AI is usually pretty good at setting up on here and firing at us no matter what. But let's just see. Let's see how this happens. Let's see how it goes. See what happens. Beauregard in the fight once again. So we've got the Texas division here under McCullough. Well, we can actually get a bit of a shot, which I'm surprised at, but that's, you know, that's probably as good as you're going to get in this game, to be honest. And there we are. I've just moved him, and I can't seem to see we can get any shot. That's a bit more like it. We can't hit anything. Well, we can a little bit. Not much. So a poorly armed army, this one. But, you know, you've got to just make do, haven't you? The Indian Territory Cavalry. Now, these guys are armed. I didn't actually look where the Union are coming from. Just from here. I thought they would do. You've got some rifle guns, but again, the range is just it's shocking. Oh, okay, then. So we've built some defences here. We've got Stan Wade's cavalry just on this left flank in reserve. We've got Scott's brigade in reserve as well. I've got Good Brian on the far right here. We're going to get them digging some parapets, not parapets, breastworks, and that's it, basically. We're going to wait for the enemy to come for us. Let's see what happens. We're starting at high noon, 12 o'clock. I'm going to send some skirmishers up into these hills. Not too many, just the guys from the reserve, really. Right, we spotted nothing here. Nobody. No movement. Don't really understand what the Union are doing. 3.5 hours in, no sign of them. Am I missing something here? Okay, so it's another one of these annoying sort of battles here. I mean, look at this. They are just set up right here at the edge of the map. Oops, we actually brought guns for us. Shit. I forgot to detach them. Like, what an absolute joke. Look at this crap. It's, like, I understand that the AI might not want to attack us, but this is just... It's things like this that genuinely, I mean, I know I complain a lot, but this is things like this is just... It makes me not want to play this game. Like, what is this shit? This is supposedly a full release game, and we've got this kind of crap going on. Anyway, where's our skirmishing troops gone? I'm starting day 2. Have they moved at all? Do we know? They've just stayed there, honestly. It's just... It's frustrating. That's what this game is. It's frustrating. Let's move our boys up. We're going to have to go and attack him because he's just not going to move. We are, of course, like 5 inches out of range. Jeez. Alright, so our infantry is moving up here. Maxey's brigade, Green's brigade. I'm going to set these boys to counter battery fire. They are 10-pound rifles, parrots, so it should be okay. Not sure we'll be hitting anything at all, of course, but let's keep up the fire. Alright, so our men are in good position here, in good stead. I mean, what's going on? Oh, why is he not moved up as well? Come on, my friend, get up here, Beauregard. Oh. Frustrating, they're retreating. What was the point in any of this? What was the point in any of this? All right. This was an absolute waste of time. They lost 300 men. I mean, a victory's a victory, but that was it felt like such a waste of time. If the AI wasn't going to fight, then why didn't it just retreat in the first place? So we captured 148 rifles, apparently. Okay. What happens now? Are we besieging Muskogee now? I'm really not sure. We're also engaging here at Fort Lyon. Let's see what happens there. I think we've taken... We're going to take Winchester, though. That's a good thing. Let's see what's happening in Tennessee. That Arkansas battle was very, very frustrating. Oh, and again, we're involved in some sort of siege battle here, but not really. The army with Ohio's there. I'm not sure if anybody else is. 29,000 Federals in total. Only Van Dorn's Corps on our side, apparently. How is that? The Third Corps is right there next to them. Well, the Third Corps is Van Dorn's Corps. Well, the First Corps then. Maybe because they're still traveling. Another disaster at Memphis Ferry. Union Navy unstoppable? Well, hardly. But I'm gonna... Okay, so this is a fight just outside of Nashville, and it's gone into this siege thing. It's not really a siege at all. Really, this should be a field battle. We've got Van Dorn's Corps and Maxie Gregg's Corps here, and we're fighting against parts of the Union Army. So why don't we go ahead and push on into this fight? Because that's not really a siege. I mean, it's pure bollocks. I mean, I know I keep saying I complain all the time, but you just have to complain about some of these things in this game. Like, why would that move into a siege scenario when two armies have met just because there's also a fort there? You would just ignore the fort, wouldn't you? All right, then. So it's a defensive situation. The Army of Mississippi under John Pope. 18,000 men, 27 guns. I'm sure they've got more than that. We are starting on a minor defeat. We're slightly lower in morale than the enemy troops. That's all right. Okay, so Wayne's Hill. That's the objective here. We're fighting on the Nashville and Chattanooga Railroad. Cool. Union entry points. Right up here. Not seeing any other ones, but, you know, that doesn't mean they're not there. Army of Mississippi and the Army of Ohio will start in the field. We're estimating them at 26,000. We're estimating at 36,000. Again, a pretty poorly armed force, especially the force under Van Dorn, is not the best. A lot of mixed muskets, Springfield muskets, you know, that kind of thing. It's not the best. Maxie Gregg, I think they're armed a little better. Alright, so we're starting with all our forces in the field. I thought the Cavalry Corps might have been engaged here as well, and I'm also not sure why Albert City Johnson isn't on the field, but, you know, who knows? Not me. So I'm going to set our guys up, and then I'll cut back in when that's done, and we'll get on with this battle. Okay, so this is the setup. We've actually spotted some of the Union troops right here on the edge of this deployment zone. So I don't really know how this is going to work itself out, but we'll see. We'll see what he does, and we'll adjust accordingly. So we've got good defenses here on this northern fort, which if he turns for it, we'll see if we can strike him there. I'm going to just redeploy this artillery for the moment. Maybe we can get some sort of shot going if we get them over here. It seems doubtful, but maybe we can. And we'll pull them back if we need to. The main objective here is defended by Ruggles Division. Backed up with some guns on his left flank as well. Price is covering this crossing. Breckenridge's small division covering the far left crossing. Like I say, I don't know if all their troops are going to be here or what their plan's going to be. We'll adjust accordingly. We've got a cavalry division over on the far right flank as well as Maury's infantry division and Tillman's infantry division. And Van Dorn himself is over here, along with Claiborne's brigade, Saunders' artillery division, and Withers' infantry division. Let's just get going and see how it happens here. Alright, so the first takeaway is that he's not taking the bait of this flank at all. So what I will do, I'll move Maury's division across this way. It's going to take me a while to move out, but then we'll just leave one division to cover this flank. We also need Lomax's cavalry there, if they're not coming from there. Alright, so they're going to push straight over the central region, across this ford, at least it's part of their force. It's pretty well defended by Ruggles' division. We're going to move Claiborne across to support. These are some pretty experienced troops here. We've got the Habsburg Brigade here as well, on the defensive. It's a tough ask for this brigade to push across that river against 3 enemy brigades plus artillery fire. We're in a bit of a mess here with everything moving along this road. I suspect we're going to end up losing some of these batteries here because of the way this is bunched up. Damn it. That is so infuriating. Okay, so if you'd like to stop just constructing here and just fire, you know, that's probably for the best. So a mess, a mess, a mess. sure I understand how it is that this brigade is not being repulsed. Damn it, green wounded. Alright, so we've driven them back at last. We made very hard work of that. Push over the river with Withers' division. We're also going to advance with Price's division. We're taking some counter battery fire losses here. These guns are actually idle. They can't hit anything. Gun battery's broken. Absolute joke. Come on, let it rip. Again, we've got an isolated brigade over the river because everyone else is just taking forever and they are exhausted, disrupted. Just pathetic. Come on, get over there. Jeez. Very, very slow and frustrating battle. Nobody here is obeying orders. Nobody's pushing forward. Dibbrell's about to break. Another guy wounded. Anderson, great. Patton Anderson wounded. Hang firm, boys. Gibson's brigade done a nice job here, Randall Gibson. What on earth? Okay, come on now, boys. Let's get this sorted out. Habsburg Brigade doing a decent job over here. 87 casualties. Standing firm. We've got Chalmers Brigade marching backward and forward in this river. Right, not crossing, not coming back, not doing nothing at all. Walker's almost routed with 200 casualties. Union Brigades, as always, absolutely fine and dandy. Look at this cavalry brigade up here. 450 casualties, 550 left standing, and they are still fighting. It's a real shame that this game is not more realistic. I'm sure there must be something that they could do to make it more so. It is a real shame, actually, because this game has so much potential. It could be excellent, but instead it's barely mediocre. He's still doing this back and forward. I'm just pulling back. no point. An absolute bloodbath here. And there they go. Router with 300 casualties. And routing towards the enemy, of course. I mean, why not? Green's boys also nervous. Yeah, there they go. Alright, so I mean, where are you going, Green? Where are you going? The enemy's retreating. This was not an enjoyable fight. It was too much bullshittery. Habsburg Brigade did nicely, so that's a little comeback. 3rd Arkansas didn't really get involved very much. Took forever to cross that ford, which, you know, I mean, is vaguely understandable. Well, at least it has turned out to be a major victory, which is nice. And we're threatening Nashville. $9,000 casualties for him, 5,200 for us. Not great. Hopefully we'll at least capture some decent weapons. That would be nice. Problem is, of course, that 5,229 men is a lot harder for us to replace than 9,000 men for the Union, but it is what it is. We lost 780 killed, 892 missing. The rest are wounded. We captured 6,000 rifles and 26 guns. Let's keep our fingers crossed that there's some decent stuff there. Does that mean we'll now go into the siege? But this is what I meant. Like, why was Albert Sidney Johnson not on the field, and how come the Cavalry Corps didn't get involved? I don't know. I guess we'll now be besieging Fort Cruz. Let's have a quick look. What's the problem here? Officer casualties and unhappy. Jackson's defamed. Low fame leadership. Well, let's take a quick look here. We had a couple of casualties as well. Ruggles was fine. Claiborne was he division commander before? I think he was, yeah. Patton Anderson, he got wounded. Let's replace him. Have we got anyone decent? I doubt it. Hugh Mercer? Stafford, he'll do. He's a captain. Now he's a colonel. Habsburg Brigade lost 206 men, but inflicted 782. That's nicely done. Another good fight from these boys. Yeah, so very nice job from the Habsburg Brigade there. Excellent job crossing that river and taking the fight to the enemy. Jackson's defamed. Let's get rid of him. Mercer it is. Bit harsh, defamed. I mean, they lost 500 men and fled. You know, it's just one of them things. It's going to happen in this game. Who else have we got here? Not sure who else was. Was someone else wounded? I'm going to replace Green with Coleman. Alright. The battle could have gone better. It could have gone worse as well. Weapons, what we got here? Anything decent? 3-inch ordnance again. I mean, they are really outfitting our whole army with 3-inch ordnance, which should be thankful for. And that's very nice of them. 3,600 Springfield rifle muskets, not bad. 1,500 Lawrence rifles, excellent. I think that's it. A couple of thousand Springfield muskets. So we did pick up some decent weapons, that's nice. So, I'll go through the units after this battle, after this episode's finished, and I'll replace some of the weapons, and we'll crack on from there. It was a frustrating episode, if I'm honest. It was really frustrating. This battle over here was, what was the point in that? And then this battle up here, it could have gone better. I should have probably just held the defensive line. But anyway, screw it. I'm quite happy with that, and we are now threatening Nashville, which is nice. It's going to hopefully create some sort of reaction from these boys over here. And we've just kicked John Pope's arse again, and I think Grant was there as well with the Army of the Ohio. But either way, we managed to do that, and we've pushed back on Nashville, which is something that's desirable. I'm quite happy with how that's going. Let's see what happens down here with this siege. Hopefully we'll be able to take out the Newburn garrison, and that'll also be excellent, and free up some more troops, 7,500 of them under Bragg, who we can reassign elsewhere. But that'll be for the next episode. I do hope you enjoyed this one. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. If you've got any opinions or questions or anything like that, just drop them in the comments, and I'm happy to respond to that. We've got a nice friendly Discord community on the go, so if you want to join that, then do feel free to do that. Obviously, it's no cost or anything like that, but we just have chats about Grand Tactician, the American Civil War in general. So if you're into that sort of thing, check it out. Come and say hello, and I'll see you there. Ta-ra for now.